we're just putting all our eggs in one basket, and it's only going to hurt us. It's only going to backfire. Hey fam, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. I am Wongel Zelalem, and today we are going to talk about Professor Lumumba's latest speech. He said that Africans are living in a fool's paradise. Let me allow him to explain it himself.
We have a saying in Kiswahili that if your brother is being shaved, put water on your own head or hair, because you too may be shaved. And what we have seen with the treatment that has been meted out against Russia should tell Africa that we are living in a fool's paradise or even in a false paradise. That if you misbehave, the West can cut you out of SWIFT. The West can cut you out of their Visa and MasterCard. The West can ensure that they cut you off Twitter, cut you off Facebook, cut you off all these international communication systems, and you go back into darkness of sorts. And this, to me, does send a clear message to us that going forward within the continent of Africa, we must learn certain lessons in the military arena. How organized are we? In the political arena, how organized are we? In the economic arena, how organized are we? How are we organized in our supply chain systems? Right now, Africa is very happy because Google have just landed their intercontinental connectivity in Lomé in Togo. That very same thing that has now landed in Togo, which we are going to depend on, can be switched off if we misbehave. And this is what has happened in the case of Russia. Perhaps Russia is a little bit different because technologically is ahead of many of the African countries. But we are so dependent on the Western world and increasingly dependent on Chinese in the things that we do in our capital cities and in our daily lives, that going forward, it is going to be very critical that we style up. I love giving this example that today, if you go to any European capital, or rather any African capital, the largest supermarket is Carrefour from France. And the chicken that you are eating is Kenchik from the United States of America. The taxi that you are taking is Bolt or Uber, Bolt from Estonia, Uber from the United States of America. The motorcycle person who will bring you your Kenchik to your house in Nairobi or in Accra is Glovo from Spain. Your houses is being guarded by KK Securities, which is Gadawald from Quebec in Canada. That is the state of Africa.
I don't even know there's a lot I can add to that. He just explained it perfectly, and he is right. I agree completely with what he's saying. We are dependent, and that's only gonna hurt us in the long run. A good example is COVID-19. When it came, it hit us really hard because they started hoarding things, hoarding vaccines, hoarding the sanitizers, the masks, the gloves, and we started panicking. There's a global pandemic, and everyone that is producing whatever we might need to combat that pandemic, they refuse to send it to us. Now I want you to remember what happened next. We started realizing we're on our own. We panicked. Some people started making sanitizers. Some people started making gloves. Some people started making their own masks. And then in a way that really showed us that we can do it on our own, but it was a blessing in disguise. It was not easy. It was really hard to, realize that we're on our own. So it's a great example that he's giving. We believe that we have all these things, the Google, the Twitter, the chicken that we eat. He even gave an example of the supermarkets we consume from. All those, I didn't even when he put it that way, I'm like, you're so right. Uber, not from here. Bolt, not from here. Glovo, not from here. Even the security company that we are using, not from here. So yeah, it's really scary. We're just putting all our eggs in one basket. and it's only going to hurt us. It's only going to backfire. He gave an example of, look at Russia right now, but Russia is surviving it because they are way developed than us. They are technologically way better, at least for now. So I'm sure they'll be able to handle it way better than, one African country. Let's say they pick Kenya and they're like, we're going to do this to you. Imagine the devastation, because as he said, the logistics are not there. Even if Kenya wanted to get something from another African country, it's way more expensive than to get an item imported from the US or from the UK. So this is something interesting to think about. And as the youth, I really highly recommend my viewers, please think about this, because you are the future leaders and you need to come up with, logistics or security or technology, education, everything that we might need. You are the one that is going to make sure that there is a good foundation for those industries to move forward, even if, the West or even China decides like they no longer want to be friends or they want to put sanctions on us. We need to start being independent. That's my takeaway, and I think he explained himself very well. In 2 minutes he said all that, and it's a lot to think about. Anyways, fam, let me know down below what your thoughts are about his speech. I'll see you on the next one. Stay blessed. Bye.